afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacaster, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Nexus. In the east is PFC fighting here for America, freedom, democracy, taking on the role here of the 6th Armored Division versus in the west. It is Jesulin fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, the 1 and 6th Panzer Brigade, Feldherrn Halle with Spearhead, German infantry, and Mechanized Assault with double infantry assault grenade bulletins versus PFC's Heavy Cavalry, Mechanized Company, and Infantry Company with triple infantry bulletins there as well. We got a double pioneer style intergrenadier Jesulin, allowing them to take more territory in the early game, though, of course, without machine guns. You might find this grenadier struggling a bit in in engagements versus PFC's infantry is going for double rifle, and we got infantry here for PFC as well. Interesting pick there. That'll certainly be light machine guns for the rifle. Beyond that, we'll have to see what he actually does with the doctrine. Pioneers is seizing the southern field point, as the reasons are. Pioneers grab the connecting point and is flung southwards. Meanwhile, the rifleman northwards to clear their PFC is quick to land on sandbags for the rifleman where he can here versus Jesulin, preparing for engagements in the future. More grenadiers there for Jesulin and for Germany. Almost got the southern field point there and certainly got it connected now thanks to the Pioneers' hard work. Grenadiers moving down here to assist in case of a fresh counter-attack there from PFC, but so far PFC is basically focusing hard on the north here. Possibly because PFC is expecting Jesulin to go for machine guns, in which case just running into an MD42 obviously is going to feel bad, so he may not be as keen on that. But obviously again, Jesulin not going for another machine gun will not be able to deal with that, but again he might be operating, in fact, you know, taking advantage of that possibility. Again, his opponent is expecting him to go for the MD42, in which case it'll, you know, play slightly differently. Though at some point the illusion will crash, PFC will figure out, hang on, Jesulin's got no machine guns, the bastard, and then likely try and hit him really, really hard. So being to see there what Jesulin does, and if he will be going for an MD42 eventually, which he really should. Third round squad there for PFC, grabbing the northern fuel pot, more sandbags, more grenadiers there for Jesulin as well. Got the point there seized for democracy with the rifle and rhyming course, so that'll be triple infantry versus triple infantry, of course, double pioneers there for Jesulin. Double grenadiers on watch. He's really expecting PFC to hit that southern fuel point. He wants those grenadiers ready, though, of course, at the same time, that's just 480 manpower just sitting about doing nothing, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of personally. We'll have to see that. But there you go, third squad out. Still a doctrine there for Jesulin. There we go, Grenadiers finding the move here. Rifle under fire. Heading the northern points, Pioneers sneaking right past. Oh, that's, yeah, the Pioneers sneaking right past the rifleman there. And then right into the building in front of them. Rifleman holding out here, basically trying to force the Grenadiers into close quarters engagement where the Grenadiers are going to be a bit outmatched, to put it mildly. Up north here, reactions for Grenadiers. In fact, now Jesulin is trying to slowly split up his forces a bit, and there you go. Double Pioneers catching rifle in the deadly crossfire. Nice play there and by Jesulin. Two Pioneer squads might just stand a chance as rifle. That is, they could all fire from the building as well, but there's only one squad that can fire from the squad at the same time. There you go, part of the rest. Quickly popping in by the rifle, and there we go. If he's not paying attention, the Pioneers had a good chance of being the rifle here. And there you go. PFC's rifle pushed back with the Pioneers here. A decent play there, but just there go. Grenadiers was in the south here. Two squads versus one. Up close there again. Riflemen can still do a ton of damage. Grenadiers will have to quickly do as much as they can as well there before the other squad arrives. Otherwise, Jesulin will lose the southern engagement. I'm guessing it's going to be taken up. There we go. Grenadiers arrived again. Rifleman there, almost pushed back, but now with the second rifle squad there, he will have to retreat the Grenadiers as well. Up close, they stand no chance versus the rifleman whatsoever. Back here, Pioneers good to go to get the like to make a nice company fast. He could also push for Panzer Grenadier here. Seizing the northern fuel point, southern fuel being lost there, meanwhile to PFC. It's gone from Lieutenant into a 50 caliber there, the Mardus. Grenadiers they're reinforcing. I'd like to make a nice company build, probably some 2-2s here to put pressure on PFC with that. Sandbags up there by the southern fuel point, and the Lieutenant leading the charge here for the northern one. The Pioneers will not be able to resist for long due to the firepower the Lieutenant has access to thanks to the Thompson, of course, on top of the Rifleman. Got a single kill there from the Pioneers, bit like there for Jesulin, but in the end, got two. Impressive. Yeah, in the end he has to retreat there, but I mean, taking out two members there for two Pioneers is actually a pretty good trade over there for Jesulin, but yeah, he did lose the fuel point. 2-2 on the way, and they're going to saying southwards aggressively, noting no light machine guns, I think there for any of Jesulin's infantry, maybe some flamethrowers for the Pioneers, yes indeedy, and he might be saving the other missions for a medic bunker at some point in the near future. 2-2 almost down there for Jesulin. Pioneers bring up, they're almost ready with the flamethrower. They're going to be burning out the rifle in there. Rifle need off as well, and the rifle squad there. Very good. Nasty as well. Could attack, I think, ground here through the building, maybe, and sort of did some damage to rifle there. Maybe had a chance of wiping them up, and then still push back 2 squads. In this case, suffering minimal casualties. In fact, didn't lose a single man during that attack. So 2 thumbs up to Jesulin there. Pretty good executed attack. And PFC struggles to really defend against. We got the 2 out there. 5th cover quickly stops a bit of Jesulin momentum in the south. Very good for PFC, that is. For Jesulin, that's obviously a little less desirable. He's likely going to try and see if he can't flank the 5th cover there with the 2 and push it away, which is exactly what happens here. Also worth noting, none of PFC's infantry at the moment are at Veterans 1, meaning none of them anti-tank rifle grenades, which will stop the 222 with. That gives Jesulin's armoured car that bit of freedom of movement. Note the use of medical kits there, field first aid to heal them up at the front line. Very good there, rather overlooked ability. Back here, medic banker up as well. I mean, you don't want to push back the conveyor squad when you can just heal them up front and keep them much more easily combat ready. So, kind of that's why I want to do it. Do the pushback of the re-echelons. Empty following up here for PFC. And he's going straight for the Stuart light tank here. I mean, obviously with the 2 turret already, the M20 loses a lot of value now that it doesn't have access to the bazooka. So that's going to force Jesulin to either get lucky with the telemines, fast tech, or go for a Pack 40. And I'm guessing it's going to be the Pack 40 here for Jesulin. Noting no sign of a doctrine yet, I'm guessing it's going to be mechanized or spearhead, simply for the Tiger tank. We'll have to see. And there you go, Pack 40 up for Jesulin. He's not seen the M20 either, so he's probably expecting the Stuart light tank as well. So straight into that. Also note the way he's aggressively hitting the car points that way, quickly shutting off a decent amount of PFC's fuel incoming. Is like trying to grab the fuel point there. That's a good play there by Jesulin. PFC, they're launching a larger assault into the south, pretty much figuring Jesulin is moving most of his resources northwards with his forces, meaning there's very little left to defend the south here. So a good, I would say, tactical reaction there by PFC, outmaneuvering Jesulin quite effectively. That's going to be a trigger there for Jesulin. Got his moving to the centre, up north here, got his moving in, Lieutenant driving out in the open, around the northern fuel point. Pioneers managed to wire themselves stuck. That's a bit awkward in particular since the flamethrower. I think one trick you can try and do is actually lay down another strip of sandbags, in which case you try and vault over that one. But for now, it looks like Jesulin's Pioneers are very much doomed. So yeah, that's a sad development there for Jesulin. Pioneers easily wiped it with the Stuart light tank. MG42 finally following up there for Jesulin, but feels a bit late. And of course, we'll need the Pioneers as well if he wants to get any armor out afterwards. Unless he's someone planning to stall for the Tiger tank, which I think would be, in the current state of affairs, a bit ill-advised. Oh wait, PFC taking advantage of the momentum has gained here versus Jesulin to strike in hard. Pack 40 ready to deal with the Stuart light tank as it moves forward. 2-2 Pioneers are trying to form up some sort of hard point here versus PFC's infantry, and there you go, ambulance filling up for PFC. Like to make a nice company, of course, standing ready to pop out anything that Jesulin wants. But the question, of course, does it really want anything now? Besides maybe another Pack 40? I think the answer to that is no. Ambulance halfway done there for PFC. Fifth being caught here by 2 Grenadier squads. We got light machines away for both of them. That's very good. That's only going to increase his firepower as PFC's infantry, and certainly with PFC also going for light machine guns at some point in the near future. Having light machine guns of his own will be quite crucial, though I imagine soon enough again he can already begin equipping his men with light machine guns en masse. So I'm guessing it's a matter of time before, you know, he begins wielding those Brownings versus Jesulin. And there you go, double MD40 versus rifle. In fact, the light machine guns could well be the reminder for PFC that, you know, he can also grab them, like, goddamn crouch for the light machine guns. Charles, we have them too. Oh, right. And there we go. Oh, they got their own light machine guns. Panzerguns on the way for Jesulin. And we got Mechanized Assault here. Interesting pick there. Normally pick it sooner for the Assault Grenadiers. Maybe the fast Mechanized Assault group, which can, under the right circumstances, be quite devastating for your opponent. But looks like he's at least going for the Tiger, obviously. Maybe the Stugi. I've seen some players make use of it. Some decent, in fact. But I'd like to see the Mechanized Assault group. I always like the 250 half tracks. Well handled, they are quite effective. And can be quite disruptive for your opponent. In particular, if they're unaware of the little defensive bonus you get when you actually plunge the defensive mode, which becomes hard to cover. There you go, goes to a heavy catch there from the Stuart. Not good there for Jesulin. 2-2 Pack 40 about the centre here. Losing control of the southern fuel again. No tech up yet. Worst case scenario, this could kind of turn into a stall strategy there, I think, for Jesulin. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. PFC going up the center victory point straight to the MD42. Grenadiers and heavy machine gun teams there hosing away, causing quite a bit of harm. Panzer Grenadier marching forwards, right into the Stuart light tank there. Pack 40 could try and begin shooting at it here for the walls, but that might not quite pan out. Just landing a few hits here on the Stuart light tank, piercing the side and rear armour there with its 2 cm autocannon. And is being slowly slaughtered here by a lot of angry riflemen there from PFC. Back here, troops seemingly enforcing. Seizing the southern fuel point, and the MD42 in the centre is being absolutely swarmed by riflemen. No take up yet there for Jesulin. He will need some soon, I think, versus PFC, or this could turn a bit awkward. But at least the southern fuel point is back under compliance of the German army. 2-2, they're being repaired. Riflemen sitting about in the north. Grenadiers moving in there. More light machines there for Jesulin's infantry of the 1 and 6th Panzer Brigade Feldherrnhalle. Grenadiers moving towards the centre. Ignoring the north for now. The interesting move. Moving in there, 50 caliber, catching the Panzer there a bit, but not enough to suppress. Major engagement seems to be happening in the centre though, with a single rifle squad holding up the large push there from Jesulin, who's also nice time to swing northwards instead. Got the Stuart moving up. Pack 40 is nearby, but not quite within range to support the Grenadiers here versus PFC's Stuart light tank. Is he actually taking out there? Yes. He's going for the company command post, not the major interesting move there. Jesulin meanwhile is taking out there. You can see there's a fuel drop there, so there might be something happening soon there. So we'll have to see what it turns into, a Stugi or something else. Oh wait. Support armor core up. That means he can call in the Stugi if he wants to. Once he gets the resources for it, of course, he could build the support armor core and then go for either Panzer or maybe an Austrian here versus PFC. In particular, with him going for the captain, that means like any heavy armor is not going to be sort of immediately available, and that could definitely give the Austrian a bit of, shall we say, room here to hurt PFC, and if he goes for it. Gunny's leading the lieutenant in the centre, north here. Lots of light machine guns there versus Jesulin's infantry. Pack 40 being hauled forward. Grenadiers coming up a path here as well. 2-2 carrying the centre, scouting ahead and ensuring no one tries anything funny there. Up close, the riflemen with the light machine, of course, the rifles will beat the Grenadiers easily, and that's going to force their Jesulin to pull back. Should grab the point, they'll at least get back for the support court, and there you go. He does call in the Stugi here versus PFC. Not a lot of players using the Stugi at the moment. I think Jesulin is one of the few players I've seen consistently make use of the Stug 3 Ausführung E. So, little fun note there. 6-pounder gun there for PFC. Would be quite handy in dealing with the Stugi. And these panzers rifle in the centre, got the Stugi moving up. We got 271 versus 495. Definitely a nice lead there for PFC or Jesulin. Stugi shoots, misses. Captain holding up there with the zone light machine, which will cause in theory, add in a BAR as well. And there you go, Stugi shoots. A light bit of damage there from the 75mm low velocity gun. Or Stummel, I believe it was colloquially called. Note that while the Stugi, of course, would not see usage in long term, but at least produce them that way usage, the gun itself would actually see usage on a lot of other vehicles, in particular half tracks and armoured cars would be equipped with the same gun, so that way act as infantry support. So, little fun fact there. Little fun fact. Good kills there on the 50 caliber crew. Rifle moving in there, Stugi moving about in the centre. All beginning to move southwards there. PFC clearly taken aback by Jesulin's usage of the Sturmgeschütz 3 Ausführung E. We'll have to, of course, see how much of an issue it proves to the PFC at the moment. Got the centre victory point, pressure into the north gun is about to get wiped out there. Jesulin was not paying attention, there of course no heavy car for them. Bit of a waste there for Jesulin and the German army, to be honest. Stugi moving in, there go catch rifle out in the open, shoots and maybe does a bit of light damage, trying to turn that particular situation. Another shot fired, another miss, and the south fighting intensifies. There's PFC moves in a huge chunk of infantry, in particular most of his officers they're equipped with light machine guns. Captain still not equipped with a BAR as well. While units can only have one Browning light machine gun, they can be equipped with an additional light machine gun from, say, anything else, like, for example, again, a BAR. That is something worth keeping in mind there. Panskin is the need to retreat now. Return the being blasted by the 2-2. Morecambe is there for Jesulin. Pioneers was facing the centre. Resistance are very much losing out. Stugi gaining veterans in 1. 3 kills for Das Vaterland. Stugi bring in there. Take out, I believe, there for PFC. He's going to be moving for tanks next. Very good. Jesulin is definitely starting to look like he is stalling here for the Tiger tank more than anything else. Stugi moving in to back up the 2-2 versus the blue captain in the south here, opening up the fuel pond there. Anti-tank and being positioned there. Without any infantry support here for Jesulin, though, he's going to have a hard time dealing with it using just his Stugi in a 2-2. North point lost again there. Jesulin is certainly struggling a bit here with maintaining good fuel supply versus his opponent, but at the same time, due to us decent map control, it's not like he's too far behind, but again, similar to Hunt Crossroads, the map has more points. Nexus has the same thing, so if you still hold like a decent amount of the map, you're usually not too far behind your opponent. Quick hit there, but nothing that actually killed any Americans. Going to deal with the rifle there, low on health, the Canadians could have a chance of doing some serious damage. North open, and Jesulin is quick to move into that. Battalion command post ready. You can immediately go for the Scot, but I'm guessing a Sherman. Yep, Sherman on the way there for PFC and Democracy. Machine gun hanging back there for Jesulin. Fix up to 2. Stugi sitting out. Shots fired. It's under fire from the MG42. Pack 40 hanging back when it's been suppressed. Sherman's still on the way there for PFC. The Stugi continues to bar away. They're gaining some damage but no kills, and there you go. A lighter infantry Geschützbauer that's called in by the centre. Ooh, nasty hits there. Almost taking out Lieutenant, but he does escape, and he does survive. Up north goes with the Stuart light tank. Pack 40 being held forwards there. Sherman almost done. Jesulin is some time away from the Tiger tank, but not ages away either. If you can't get a good fuel flow going, it should happen within a few minutes. There goes second Pack 40, realizing he's going to need more tanks up stall for it. Going to be hold it by the 5th caliber. Going to be a bit hard to defend the north unless you can set up a good position to somehow, like, you know, draw in the infantry and murder them. MG42 though should do quite a bit of good job there. Could just pop into the building to cover the fuel point, I think, nicely. That's exactly what's going to happen there. Seizing the sun, the fuel point by the Grenadiers. Pack 40 number 2 almost done there for Jesulin. Wait, oh yeah, he has to take out first as well, so that actually puts a further delay than the Tiger tank arriving. Stugi, Pack 40 ready to defend the northern point here. Southern one being counter-attacked there by PFC's Sherman. Of course, it does mean the force up north is not well supported enough to actually break Jesulin's stranglehold of the fuel point there, so that's nice for Jesulin. Very, very close to versus with those Stugi. Very close. Sherman and rolling northwards there. Pioneers as a rifleman, trying to defend the victory point. Stuart and second opening up there. Stugi holding a bit back. Sherman heading northwards. Going to meet the Pack 40s up there. MG42 opening on the major. Could call into artillery to clear up the machine gun. I suspect that's exactly what it's going to do here. Yup, artillery fire called in the machine gun position there. That's going to force Jesulin to pull it out there unless he wants to lose it, which I imagine Jesulin's not keen on. He's calling it a sliver zone here, but where it is, it's harder to say. Out on the 5th cavalry by the railway tracks. Behind a few old railway cars, and there you go. 5th cavalry pushed away, but without killing it. Up north, Stugi gaining actually 2 as a rifleman. Stuart moving in there. Stuart moving in, I mean not rifleman. The rifleman moving away from it. Pack 40 backing up. They're getting good hit in the Stuart light tank. And gaining Vetchi 2 in the south. They got another push here by Jesulin trying to catch his opponent a bit of guard. They hit the fuel point there. Cap versus Grenadiers. Vetchin's 1 versus Vetchi 2 a lot. I think anti-rifle grenade here could do the trick here for Jesulin's Grenadiers, which is getting lucky with a lot of those light machine gun hits and gaining Vetchin 3. But rifle grenade could still allow him to maybe get a wipe on the captain. Shown here southwards. He could soon go for another one. Of course, he might want to get something else. Because they're taking a heavy hit from the Sherman and forced away. It's North Point, they're easily undefended. And PFC strikes again. Good maneuvering, but PFC against Jesulin. Jesulin's all against struggling to sort of maintain control of the fuel points here versus his opponent. Got another artillery barrage called in, this time adding on the northern fuel point. Keeping it out of PFC's hand for at least a brief while, but perhaps not for long enough. Moving towards the snowpack 40s nearby, but are they close enough to really sort of seriously threaten? Panzer Lev into 1. Stugi shoots. Half decent hit, and going for the southern resources again, even as the north side is being lost again. Mines up there from PFC, thumbs up, very good play there. Stugi bombarding. 4 kills still. It's not really doing a lot of killing though. Decent hit there, putting the 50 cover crew at half health. Shot missed. Decent hit on the rifleman. Very decent hit, gaining 7 kills. And it's also now very close to Vector 3, which increases rate of fire further. Grab the northern field point there again. Tiger tank is now roughly a minute away there for Jesulin, for the German army. PFC, who clearly has a read there on Jesulin's strategy, quite clearly is going for the M36 Jackson tank so to counter the eventual Tiger. And of course with Stugis and artillery barrages out, I mean, there's pretty much no surprise as to what Jesulin's doing next, in particular also with the double pack 40s. I mean, Jesulin has more or less spelled out his strategies of PFC should I'm actually directly turning him. I'm going to go for a Tiger tank. And honestly, were to do that, he'd just seem a bit, you know, rude about it, really. When it's pretty obvious to PFC anyway, so he's going to go for it. Sure, I'm taking direction from the pack forward, the pants up the corner field sick. Gonna use these in the center victory point. Stugi's just sort of observing the situation for now, not really doing much. North peak on this was the rifle catching them, they're laying mines, and they're right next to the mine though. Damn close. And they've got the 22-minute mark. Jesulin caught in the Tiger tank, support the 106th Phantom Brigade here against the armies. Jackson sitting out there for PFC and Democracy. So just close to Veteran 3, Stugi shoots. Very close to the ace level there. Major rifle flying north there. Panzer Grenadiers doing what they can, but they're in range. They're going to struggle a bit there. The Tiger tank, though, very much shifts things in favour here. Jesulin for the time being. Rifle support, they're taking devastating hits from the Tiger tank's 88mm gun. Jackson shoots and misses the Tiger tank. He's stunning whiff there from the tank destroyer crew as they fail to destroy the heavy tank right in front of it. There you go. Jackson lands a hit, but still the Tiger tank is a threat. Anti-tank on its own could actually be rushed here by Jesulin. Pops taking out there if he rushes in with his infantry, maybe in some other things, but no. Anti-tank allowed to get away there. Jackson also forms up fire line there on the Tiger tank, forcing Jesulin to at least for now pull it back. Stugi could do some repairs alongside the Tiger tank and more pioneers in this regard would be a great idea there for Jesulin. 147 versus 475, massive difference in the victory point. There you go, double pack 40s. Tiger tank shoots, misses. Double pack 40s with the Sherman. He could see it go down if he's too slow. There we go, almost got it. Main gun out. Artillery called in. Oh, and the Sherman gets away due to the called in here, forcing Jesulin to reposition his anti-tank guns. 2-2 taking heavy hits from all the infantry weaponry, and of course the Jackson tank is right. Oh dear, pathing error. Oh, the Jackson misses. Holy smokes, that was ridiculously lucky there for Jesulin after some really annoying bad luck. Which is usually what you basically describe the bad pathing as at times. When they just decide to do like a 180-degree turn on the spot rather than just, you know, move backwards like they're damn well supposed to. You know, I didn't always want to be a driver in the Wehrmacht. I actually wanted to be a ballet dancer. Shut up, Sigmund, and step on it, you Dummkopf. Fix on the Tiger tank, 7 kills, 8 kills in the Stugi. Troops sitting back there for healing. Jesulin may want to set up the heavy panzer corps to bring up some more armor after some point. Then, particularly as the Stugier Sturmpanzer Panther could be a very nice sort of substitution. Panzer there backed up. The Stugier launching an assault there from the north. Very good. Plus a Pack 40 in reserve as well. But nothing further happening there further south here. I want to keep the Stugier close to the Panzers. They're actually gaining their veterancy bonus, their combined arms bonus, which makes it harder for the infantry to kill them. And there goes Stugier gains 23, increasing its mobility and its rate of fire. There we go, good hit. And Pack 4 lands a great in the Stuart light tank. Another great hit from the Stugier. 10 kills, ace level going to use it as the big clump of infantry that PFC sending after him. Lots of mines laid down from PFC across the map, very good there, 2 thumbs up. Definitely going to force again Jesulin to go for more pioneers, not just the repairs, but also simply because he's going to need a minesweeper versus PFC and all of his mines. Ooh, major caught there by the target tank. Back here, troops reinforcing, got another major out there for PFC. Indicating he really wants the abilities of the major here, probably the artillery, maybe some air reconnaissance from time to time, versus Jesulin. Big assault into the north, south there, more like a counterattack, since he's just dealing with a few units there. We got 143 versus 150. PFC still has a massive lead over Jesulin, but at least Jesulin is now very slowly closing in things there. Stuart light tank seems like it's going to set up for a deep flank here against Jesulin's northern positions. Not bad at all. Target tank under fire there, but Jackson misses. Panzer sitting out there, slowly approaching 83. Back here, troops reinforcing. Nothing further going for tech or building in terms of that for Jesulin. Target tank under fire here from the Jackson tank destroyer. 13 kills, 31, Stugier moving in. Infantry taking forwards, there you go. Rifle squad takes a devastating hit from the target tank. MD42 joining in the fun as well. Infantry northwards, Pack 40 and Gundies on their own. There goes steep flank from the Stuart. Catching attention there as well. Got infantry now moving in and catching the Pack 40 in a bad spot. They're good push there by PFC. In the south centre, Panzer slowly advancing. Machine gun there being suppressed by the other one. Tiger tank almost good to go. And they've got the Stugier perhaps being deployed to the north here to help deal with PFC's incursion into his resource point there. Nothing further going there in Jesulin's base. Suddenly PFC space is a bit silent. In the south, we've got Camisa as the lieutenant. Tiger tank moving ahead here. Stugier opens up the rifleman and misses abysmally. Another shot there, slightly does some damage. Slight kill there, Tiger tank joining in the front. Rifleman though get away surprisingly unscathed from that, losing Bobby Lewis there to the Stugier. Panzer tank southwards there, halfway to Veteran 3. Troops reinforcing, Stugier moving in. Shoots, misses. Grabbing the northern point, noting S-mines here from Jesulin. Pioneer's being recruited pretty fast. Is he playing a heavy panzer? Of course, there's something else going on there for Jesulin. PFC's... is he planning artillery here, maybe? Now he could be going for Shermans or Jacksons or Scots. There you go. Get the priest out there. I suppose he's looking for other solutions to try and deal with the nail that is Jesulin right now. Not often you get to see the M7B1 priest, which as a fun fact was based off the Sherman chassis. And equipped with a home fundament and a howitzer gun, and there you go. Got some air support called in there, some reconnaissance. He's probably looking for targets there for his priest. Good play there, PFC. Thumbs up. There you go, going to the assault, and immediately taking staggering capture there from the Sherman as the high explosive round goes off amidst the squad, killing all but one man. Titan going in there, shoots. A great hit there on the Sherman. Of course, Jackson responding here to the assault. Need to be careful, he does get swamped by anti-tank rifle grenades as well. Hey, Panzer going up for Jesulin. Very good move there. Stunning up these target tanks. Well, there you go. Anti-tank rifle should be going off any moment. There you go. Damaging the engine of the target tank here. Close Veteran 2 here. Panzer trying to cut the retreat. And entertaining up here from the north side. We've got the info doing Captain there, Mr. ringing in as well. We haven't received a Ghost Roll from the Heavy Panzer Corps. Could be a... Well, it could go for anything really. Panzer would be with armor, Sturm Panzer maybe go for infantry, I would suppose a Panzerwerfer. We shall see what ends up with Jesulin, but he definitely should go for something there soon. Around the northern point here, very good. And he goes for the Panzerwerfer. He goes for the artillery zone. Stugi opening up the advancing rifleman. And Stugi taking a great hit from the anti-tank gun. Before being pushed back there by it. Assault there from PFC is encountering some resistance over an MG42. Panzerwerfer halfway done. Stugi and target tank need to repair the target by getting very close to T2. And a fresh push here by PFC into the northern side there of the map. Going to hit Jesulin's fuel again. Very good. Unless you're Jesulin, in which case it's honestly the opposite. S-Mine's going off there. Clearly PFC was not looking to the signage there. Hey Sarge, what does the skull mean? It means pirates about, Charles. Shut up and just move ahead. There's no pirates about. The Germans are just making fun of us. One of these panzers moving in there. Jackson moving in. Halfway to Italy 2. So moving ahead here, direct hit from the Pack 40 on the Sherman. Priest accidentally moved to fly ahead there and we got artillery called in the machine gun there. At the same time, his overall counter-attack effort I think is a bit slow, so I think he has no chance really maybe punishing the Priest here for accidentally moving too forward to hit there. Got the Sherman though with the Tiger tank. Very good there for Jesulin. That's a good thing there for PFC. Panzerwerfer shoots and doesn't really do a lot. I mean, the thing about the Panzerwerfer is you actually have to get it surprisingly close to the enemy for it to really do damage. Because it has such a high scatter and its AoE actually is kind of weak, so a lot of the time the Panzerwerfer is sort of, well, you either have to get close or you have to do nothing with it, so. It's one of those units which feels kind of frankly a bit awkward for a tier 4 unit in the Wehrmacht. Like, it's supposed to be the big thing, but a lot of the time it really isn't. Rather than being pushed back, got 140 for those to 370. Strugi under fire here. Got more to the called in there by Jesulin, this time again on the support and position. If PFC doesn't pay attention, that could cost them a bit. Oh, that was definitely something that hurt. Machine gun crew there annihilate it. But can Jesulin actually, either further destroy the machine gun or grab it for his own purposes? Another good call in there by Jesulin. The centre here finally continues a bit of a slug out. Jesulin needs to launch some sort of deep flank here against PFC to destroy the tank. So for some words like trying to sneak up some tanks, he could try and go for a long path here and get behind it. I think that could work out there versus PFC. Most players would not anticipate such a move, so it could be effective here, but will Jesulin do the course is another matter. We got Panzerjägers now ready as well here for Jesulin. With their Raketen Panzerbüchse. And there go directly to the fire there. Direct hit on the Panzer gun of their squad. Obliterating poor Helmut. Rifleman hosting away there with the light machine guns. 3 kills there. Panzer ready to fire again here for Jesulin. Tank going up the advancing infantry there. We got 20 kills on Veteran 2. Veteran 2 basically just increasing the accuracy, but also the range a bit of the Tiger tank, which obviously makes it pretty good versus infantry. But not, that versus tanks. So in fact, kind of decent. Shoot, and there you go. Obliterate several poor souls. Fighting for the southern fuel point resumes as Jesulin once more makes a sneaky attempt there. Got the Stuart rushing in as well. Bit of light skirmishing there. Tiger bouncing shots. There we go. Panther barrage off again. Bit close this time around and gets a kill. Does some damage, but all nothing. I would say really crucial there versus PFC gunners in the top of the Stuart light tank. Captain Rifleman moving forwards there. Good hit from the Pack 40, target on the centre of the opening. Take fighters from the Jackson, and a good hit of the Chun. Quick blitz, Stoogie moving up support here. Not really doing much, and there you go. The Stuart light tank goes down. A 75mm Panzer Abwehr cannon around. Ignites the munitions, killing the crew in a horrific explosion that traumatizes those standing around it. Jackson shoots, misses. Second Jackson later for PFC with all the armor. More important, the target tank. Stoogie under fire. He's 17 kills. 18 kills. Target tank there being repaired. He really needs more pioneers, to be honest, Jesulin. Great hit from the Jackson. The target tank needs to be careful not to extend, in particular with the anti-tank backing up. So there you go. Got all of the abilities popped, including take aim. 2 thumbs up there to PFC, destroying and punishing Jesulin, therefore extending his target tank there. There you go. Play a lot of people tend to underestimate take aim and just its sheer utility, in particular when combined with the armor piercing round. So good play there. PFC really just roundly slapped Jesulin right in the face for that silly move. To the far raining down, you can just go for another Tiger tank, obviously, but he lost the experience, which is going to be a bit harder to replace, and particularly since, you know, he could have gotten into Veteran 3, which would have been great for Jesulin, since that meant, of course, a very highly mobile Tiger tank with a good rate of fire and good accuracy, which would have been a really big problem for PFC's infantry and tanks. So even if he can quickly replace it, it's still going to suck a bit there for Jesulin. More mines being laid down at PFC, very good. Jesulin still needs more pioneers, and preferably some with minesweepers. Caught them, they're laying down mines. We turn up an advancing Panzerjägers with all the machine guns, forcing a route there for Jesulin. Got another Sherman out. Guess he didn't want that Jackson after all, once the Tiger tank had been rendered, well, kaput. But obviously might have gone for that too soon, instead we got a second Tiger tank already arriving, so who knows, PFC might regret it, or maybe it's decided, you know, who cares anyways. Panzerwerfer firing again. Will this time have a bit more impact? There's going to be another whiff barrage here. Oof. He got some damage and he suppressed a bit, but overall, nothing I'd say really critical there in the end again. Mines going off. Tiger tank shooting in north, to counter-attack by the fuel point and the victory point there. Almost hit off the mine there with his head hitting with a gun. Sherman setting up for something that approaches the southern flank there against Jesulin. Perhaps that could be effective. Could be effective. Quiet there. PFC pouring in more troops from the north there. Bit of a standoff there. Fighting flaring up there in the centre of the Rifleman Lieutenant. 2 soldiers moving up there. We got 8 kills on that. In the south there, Pax disrupting their PFC southern flank attempt. Not a bad attempt at all, but you know, in this case, oh, never mind. He took out the Pack 40 by that using artillery. 11 kills. Quiet there again. As fresh attacks are being lined up. Great hit up with the Tiger tank on the Captain Jackson, turning a favour there again. 5 kills on the Tiger. Stoogie continues to blast away, but with limited impact. Slow attack in the north. PFC just very, very slowly creeping ahead against Jesulin's position. They're not making a lot of immediate progress. Panzerwerfer seems to put a stop to that. Again, not really doing any serious damage or kills there to PFC in the end. 171 does the overall the Panzerwerfer just was a mistake there for Jesulin. We had an 8 would have benefited more from a Panther or Sturmpanzer, to be honest. Well, you know, back taking for Stoogs and Ostwings, which I think would also be a really good pick there for Jesulin, to be honest. About to lose another Tiger here. That would be pretty silly there for Jesulin and the German army. And there you go. Another Tiger that went down. Big loss there. Big loss there. Smouldering ruins and wreckage. You can, of course, go for another Tiger tank, but if he keeps losing like this at an increasingly faster pace, it's just a waste of resources, to be honest. And honestly, Jesulin, I feel like is needs to sort of try and change up his tactics here versus PFC. So far, just playing into PFC's guns every single time. He needs to sort of try and catch him off guard and actually, pull off an attack that really does some heavy damage to PFC, rather than just hoping sort of can wait for PFC to make a big mistake and then punish him with that. Which seems to be like what Jesulin's actually really doing. He's just waiting for PFC to like just constantly attack him and then make a mistake, and then he sort of turns the tables on PFC, but I don't know. It's also very reliant and then Jesulin not making any mistakes himself in that sense. So it's not exactly what I call a foolproof tactic here, strategy by Jesulin. More heavy fire there. Patrick is advancing against the rifleman. Heavy fighting around the center. Jackson there, other ace levels shown opening up as well. Plenty of fuel there being flooded by PFC. Jesulin really hasn't been able to destroy any of PFC's tanks except for that one Sherman. Meanwhile, Jesulin's been losing numerous Tiger tanks. Funny enough, he's been doing a better job keeping the 2-2 alive. Even though it's really not been doing a lot increasingly, which just means it's a waste of resources. And more importantly, it's heating up population, which could be used towards, say, I don't know, more tanks to back up against the Allied arm. And there go more Shermans for PFC, very good there. They're obviously a bit of a problem there for Jesulin. Once they're trying to sneak ahead, got them on their own. They're going to have a limited impact there on PFC. Another kill on the Panzerwerfer, but it really just feels like a waste of resource there for Jesulin, truth be told. It just hasn't done a lot for him. It just has not done a lot for him, in my opinion. And saying they're moving ahead to east level, of course, Cornelis was a rifleman in the centre. Stugi opening up, 21 kills. Rifleman routed. More anti-tank and fire there being dispatched against Jesulin's positions. Sherman heading north is looking to outmaneuver Jesulin's centre positions and also just hit the north again. Jesulin will just increasingly feeling passive and overall less active, just more responsive. Regularly conceding all initiative here to PFC, which is not really something you should be doing. Something approaching a move in the north, not grabbing their 50 caliber. In fact, no one is bothered with that 50 caliber. Punchy is going to on the fire here, catching attention from soul sides there from PFC's forces. Howitzer firing again. Then we got 16 kills, went into 1. And certainly the presence of the priest also just further makes it harder for Jesulin to play defensive there versus him. 2-2 charging in, getting a bit more active with it. Third target tank is sometime way there. Panzerfaust off the Jackson, but sadly Jesulin really doesn't have anything to finish it off with at the moment. Like, he's just shortened forces that can actually punish this now. So in the end, it didn't really do that much except keep it off the field for maybe a minute or two, if it actually lasts that long. South Byway is wide open and Jesulin's moving much. They got another Panther barrage. This time will we see something happen? I would actually manage to get some kills in for once. Even then, for all the time it's been on the field, it's only really managed 5 kills. That is not exactly impressive, considering he cost a lot more than a 2-2-2. Terrible get. Cat back for reinforcement. Stugi receiving most needed repairs. Jesulin is still some time away from the Tiger tank. Of course, there's also another issue here with the current strategy he's operating with. Increasingly, I mean, he needs something to help draw away firepower away from the infantry so they bleed less, so he can actually save up for the Tiger tank. But because again, he just keeps going for Tiger tanks and then losing, he can't easily build up those manpower reserves. Like, he needs other tanks on the field than a Tiger tank for this to really work long term. So right now, Jesulin is in a bit of a mess of his own making because of that. On the 3 vs 285. I mean, he's actually managed to beat up PFC nicely, but Jesulin is even low on victory points than PFC, nonetheless still. Stug Infantry moving northwards here, going to try and grab the point here. We've got the 5th Cavalry back in action in there. Jesulin called in once more. It's actually loading a lot of munitions. He's not been laying down more mines, which I think is actually a big mistake. That might have been one of his better options, or maybe, you know, catching PFC stuff off guard, like, you know, to lay down some telemines here and there. Maybe he can catch the Jackson with it, which would then allow him to destroy it, which would then free up more room for his Tiger. Plus, of course, the mines could just be a great way of preserving manpower as well, but like just, you know, having them blow up the infantry and vehicles a bit for them. Just launching a nice flank in the anti-tank gun. Good, good. Catching PFC off guard. There's he left nothing to guard the flank there. Very good. But the Sherman is right around the corner though. Smoking out the machine gun. Very good. Stugi moving in. 50 caliber cleared out again. Panzer firing again, and once more whiffing. Ace Pack then engaging the Jackson tank destroyer there. Ooh, straight into mine again. Those mines are paying off big time there for PFC a lot of the time. Mines will still be a great addition there for Jesulin as well. I mean, it's easy to get the munitions for it anyways, so we really should be getting around to it. No reason to have more of his men get blown to bits. Shermans running about there, so 2 Shermans, Jackson and the Priest versus the Panzer, a 2-2 and a Shugi, and now a 3rd Tiger tank out here for Jesulin. That's a lot of Tigers. That's probably a Tiger or 2 in there so far. He's managed to commit to this battle versus the armies, the Amerikaner. Maybe they're hiding about here. There we go. Another fresh committing here of the armor and infantry towards the north. Artillery called in to try and disrupt PFC's defense and also slow down a bit. Shugi infantry moving in, Titans looking into set assault there, and the Panther can also soon join in the chorus there if necessary. Also got the Pack Foderator to join in there, go directed here. Directed of course there on the Tiger tank responsive with the Jackson tank destroyer. Got the Sherman down to half health. Pack 40 could slowly try and inch itself a bit further ahead here. Panzerwerfer almost ready to fire away. Got the center victory point. We got 92 versus 284. Anti-tank and crew finally cut to ribbons there by Jesulin's infantry up north. The tug of war continues there. Good Tiger tank moving in. Note he moved it slightly further ahead here to try and use the building here. That's a slight bit of cover force in the Jackson to extend itself a bit further once to hit it, which could draw it into the anti-tank gun. So good play there, but Jesulin does successfully push away PFC's. Realizes if he tries to actually now deal with the Tiger tank, he's just going to walk into Jesulin's trap. So good read on the situation, then PFC just immediately backs off rather than waste resources. Then in fact he may just pepper the area with artillery and hope to kill some of Jesulin's stuff, which is overall a pretty good idea. Jesulin's Panzer is ready to fire again. Will they actually land some kills? There's going to be another whiff barrage. Of course, since the Tiger tank moves into another position where he cannot use the terrain to negate the Allied range advantage, he gets into a bit of a tough spot there once more. 2-2 moving about, or not actually moving about. He's not really doing a lot with that 2-2 to be honest. Feels like a bit of a waste to be honest for Jesulin. I mean, I'm sure the 2-2 crew appreciates not really having to do anything and not get murdered, but from like a strategic perspective, it's kind of bad just having a unit that does nothing and actually just eats up population. I mean, 4 population may not be enough, but it may still just be enough to prevent from, say, going for any other additional armor that can actually fight some of PFC's armor as well. And he's just going for more tank destroyers. PFC's just building up a large armored armada, and he's got a PFC, 2-2 and a Panzerwerfer, which isn't really going to do a lot. Then that's another whiffed barrage there. More spawns out there from Jesulin though. Good work. I'm guessing PFC mounts it out for some sort of big assault. I mean, he throws down a few smokes and then charges in with the Shermans and the Jackson that could overwhelm Jesulin. Of course, he may not be doing this because he's worried about Jesulin having mined the area with telemines, but he hasn't. Of course, PFC doesn't do that, but it could be as well reasons as why he may not be doing it. Jackson almost ready. He could just, of course, pop out some crews and he needs to get it in. Break into the Pack 40. Stugi also forming up a bit of an anchor point there, withstanding at least parts of PFC's assault here. Panzerjäger's charging ahead here to try and take out that Jackson. It's 86 versus 261. Artillery called in. And there you go, another tank strike here for PFC. Jackson tank is almost taken out there by Jesulin's Panzerjägers. 86 for 256, going to the right hand, the right up north. Tight tank is still repaired. And there you go, Jesulin finally going for more pioneers. Finally also beginning to dispatch troops in the south again. Honestly, at this point, the very least you could do is the 2-2 strike sneaking into PFC's base and take out the androids. I think that could at least achieve something. Air recons again there from PFC, very good. Quickly sort of establish an idea there where Jesulin is and this, and then of course, more importantly, where there's stuff you can hit with artillery. Heading in the southern victory point, we got 86 versus 247. PFC's armor pool is under repair. Priest continue to fire away there. Oh dear, killed something. I think that was going to be the escort that got snuffed out. Going to need to retreat. Machine gun hanging back. Mines going off. There's once more. They wade into the S-mine field. Tiger tank looks like it's going to move to deal with that. Panzerjäger's trying to deal with the advance backed up by Pack 40, but they may struggle a bit here in the centre. Infantry assault stopped in its tracks as PFC just jammed them all into one place, and the MD42 of course easy punch. There we go, Panzer barrage. Yeah, almost punishing there, but a bit too slow there, Sandy, a bit too slow. Unit pushed away in the mud, in fact, in the north there. Buying a bit of time there for Jesulin, but he's down to 86 versus 200. Artillery calling again in the south. Anti-tank and crew viciously extended there by Jesulin's Grenadiers. Jackson's in Norfolk. Looks like PFC might have playing some sort of big move here versus Jesulin. Panzerjägers versus the Shermans. Gonna need some support. Anti-tank and crew there still dead and unburied by the anti-tank gun. Jesulin right now looking in a strong position, though PFC still theoretically has a larger force than Jesulin's. But right now PFC does not have a lot of territory. Jesulin's all controlling most of it, though right now he might be making a bit of a blunder. Like, he's overextending and isolating his target tank for the rest of his force, meaning in theory, like, PFC could just swarm it and destroy it. And also we got more mines going off. In fact, that's exactly what happened. He drives the target tank into a mine on its own as it's separated from the rest of his forces. And I think here that PFC's realized he's going to charge everything he can after they can actually deal with it at the same time, and then launches an assault here from the north to try and further punish Jesulin from this. Because A, he's like going to try and panic and try to defend the target tank, but of course then leave the north open to a fresh enemy push there from PFC, which is exactly what he's doing. In fact, he's moving in the tanks from another angle as well there. Target tank going to fire here. We got the major spotting here for the Jacksons. We're going straight here for the target tank, all down to less than half health here. Shermans from the other side, tagging forwards there. Rather than tagging further north, here, of course, got the Priest, which might just go for close quarters fire here. A devastating barrage of death here being unleashed against Jesulin there as PFC just wheels in hard. Stoogie trying to block here alongside the Pack 40, but the Stoogie simply is not built for such. Withering fire, there you go. Stoogie down, Sherman flanking up behind the Raft and joining in as well. That Pack 40 about to go down as well. There you go. Still raining down death. Jesulin is being cut to ribbons in a matter of moments. One mistake was all it took, and his entire advantage, his entire lead evaporated in the blink of an eye. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't send your Tiger alone. Also, you get more minesweepers. So yeah, and use the Nexus, of course. There you go. I think that's it. That's GG. Jesulin, I mean, again, was in a strong position. He had a good chunk of the map. He had a good sort of armoured core, decent at least, but it's all gone. Kaput. The 222 is still alive. That's the only thing he's actually been able to keep alive consistently is the 222. One unit, but it probably didn't matter so much by now. Truth be told. So there you go, GG, game over. A loss for Jesulin, a victory for PFC and for Democracy. A brutal battle here on Nexus. Some good moves done by Jesulin and by PFC, but in the end, Jesulin, I think, struggled a bit with the strategy. Also, his maneuvering here was, I think, much more keen on just leaving large swaths of territory over there to PFC, which is not really something you want to do. And PFC was, I think, much more used to just able to outmaneuver Jesulin and certainly display that skill there quite handily. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice episode.